Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the map that is Polar Night. We are playing a best of 5, and our first player spawning in the bottom position as the blue Terran player from Team My Insanity. It is Jjakji. And his opponent, the Mexican man with a plan, as the red Terran in the top position. It is Major. One day, I'll get that radio hosting job I've always wanted. Preferably a weatherman type deal thing, maybe. Maybe someday. But this map for Terran versus Terran is actually another fantastic siege tank push map. There's no ramp into the natural. You've got a very far away ramp. And as we learned from Major, trying to push far away from your natural can get you killed slightly faster than you normally would have. But this is an interesting situation. I mean, it's 1-1, so I mean anything goes at this point. Both players are going to open up gas first. And I'm like, it's funny because the 888 build starts gas at the same time as the gas first build. So the last time I thought both players are going gas first. And I'm like, wait a second, there's a barracks out on the map. But it is just going to be standard barracks after gas for both of these players, which means fast factories, which means we could have either Banshee versus Banshee, Banshee versus Raven Viking, Raven Viking versus Raven Viking, or even the dastardly Hellion Banshee. Very fast Marine Drop is also another really popular one. Marine Drop with Hellion Run By is really, really strong in this matchup. Jjakji's going out to scout for proxies. He wants to make sure that he doesn't die in the first few moments of this game, since he recognizes that the Reaper build he used in the first map would actually be quite effective versus the strategy that he's opted for in this game. So, moving across the map, Jjakji. No scout from Major. Major doesn't really need to scout. Not this game. Nope. There is absolutely nothing you really learn in this matchup when you're going gas first versus another gas first. The only thing he could do is try to metagame and open Raven, but I mean, what's the point, honestly? He has a build order that he's already planned out, and gas first builds are actually designed to naturally have a response to a counter gas first build, which is why that's why I'm saying it doesn't really matter that Major hasn't scouted him unless he was trying to, proxy a factory and go for proxy Thors or something crazy. Second gas for Major and second gas for Jjakji at the same exact time. Neither of these players are skipping a beat. They are step in step. It's like watching, they call them the marching band Terrans. These guys are just playing in super standard, and I like that. I don't know who Jjakji studies. Maybe he just likes to play his own flavor all the time, but I know Major is one of those players that always keeps his eyes on what the Koreans are doing. And if they're not just meaning the Koreans, like in SPL, GSL, Major is a player that keeps his eyes on the very, very top, highest levels for his build orders. He almost refuses to do anything other than the 100% approved builds. He has a couple of cheesy builds that he can pull out as well, but it makes Major a very dangerous player. He can be slightly predictable, but Jjakji is kind of like Major in the sense that I think both of these guys can play mech. Both of them can play bio very well. They're not too static. They're pretty flexible Terran players. So Jjakji's going to go on to that tech lab. We have a Banshee with Cloak for Jjakji, and out of Major, it's a Raven. So Major stealing the build that Jjakji just did on the last map, and he's going to use this factory to build a reactor for his barracks. This way he can get additional Marines. And this is good. This Hellion... Oh, poor SCV. My little worker. Dead roasted worker. Hellion production at the same time. So Jjakji's going to build a reactor on his barracks, which allows him to get these Hellions instead of the Marines. It doesn't really matter for the purposes of this game, because the only reason Major wants this Hellion is to be out on the map. I'm already getting the feeling like Major might want to end up going bio, unless he builds Hellions off this reactor factory, which he could, but it wouldn't make as much sense because he needs anti-air. Yeah, he's just going to move that barracks over there and get a siege tank for defense. He is building a command center, so Major is not looking to stick to any one-base all-in type build. So the Banshee's out now, and can Jjakji make something happen? He has a Viking in the production tab, he has the Raven, and he has 6 Marines. This is all, actually 7 Marines. This is all he needs to defend against the Banshee, because it's like you could say, well, Banshees can theoretically kite Marines forever the same way that a Stalker can, but how often do you see people kite with a Stalker halfway across the map? It's just not that easy to do. Major is on the wrong side of his base to defend this Banshee, so he should take a couple of hits, but That's really going to be all. And activates Cloak. There is a Raven, though. So this Viking is maybe going to be able to get the kill. I don't know. He's going to trace it. He's going to chase. And I think he's going to get away. No? Vikings have a deceivingly long range. He's going to barely not get the kill. Wow. Escapes with 2 hit points. How crazy is that? If only he had +1 attack. What a noob. I'm just kidding, by the way. Siege Tank is on the way for Major. And, wow, man, that was rocks. They really deserved that. But Jjakji's just now started his command center. It's halfway done. Orbital command is about to complete for Major, so he has to be feeling good about himself. Economically speaking, he's doing just fine. The Banshee didn't really kill much of anything. It's getting repaired now. It only got 3 kills, and of those kills, yeah, I guess all 3 were workers, so not terrible. But now Major's going for the counterattack. He's saying, I have a Raven, I have Marines, and I have a Siege Tank. What do you have? And the answer to that question is very limited Marine production. A couple, maybe the potential to get more Vikings, but he doesn't actually have... Does he? Is there no 3rd Viking from Major? Oh, he does have more Vikings. Okay. But here comes his drop. There's no Siege Tanks, which makes this really hard. Auto turret to help cover these Vikings, and now he's actually damaged the Vikings significantly. He can trade both Vikings away. That Banshee's still a potential threat, though, but he has the Raven, which is, I mean, honestly, all he needs. The Banshee's coming up from the front. He's trying to bring in with these Marines. A Siege Tank has completed for Jjakji. And it's looking okay, but this factory, if he killed this factory, that'll be almost game-ending. The inability to produce siege tanks, to neuter someone's production like that at the start of the game, would be insane. And now Major's like, okay, I'm going to go and try to just press into your natural expansion, contain you, a soft contain, as it were. Because guess what? He's starting to put out Hellions now. Major, is he going to go mech again? I'm starting to think so. He would have started Stim by now if that's where he wanted to be. That auto turret is still going ham, killing an SCV. And he scans. Oh, this Viking walks into a horrible, painful death. Major's on the retreat. These Hellions from Jjakji giving chase. And he's got this Banshee's going right here. Just pushing as much as he can. Drops an auto turret because he knows the Raven will die. And this is actually a really tough position for Major. Is he just going to take this fight? Oh, the siege from Jjakji. He needs to be careful of the Hellions. He doesn't have any answer to this Banshee. I think Major... Oh, man. Maybe he should have just ran straight home. He doesn't have any missile turrets. Is there even an engineering bay? No. He has no detection. He has 1 scan, 2 scans. He has 2 scans, but no Marines, which means that the Vikings just win. This game's over. What a shame. All the Vikings are going to land. Major's going to lose absolutely everything. He does not have an answer to this push, and Jjakji's mining happily off his natural. That's pretty much it. I mean, Major could try, but he's got 1 Viking, and there's still 3. There's 3 Vikings from Jjakji. He needs a whole minute and a half to build the next 2 Vikings to get the advantage he needs to win. And even then, there's still the tanks here. There's still the Marines. And if those Marines attack the Vikings, then that completely changes everything once again. Now another siege tank rolls on up, and this command center's dead. He knows that he can't lift it because he'll just die. He's going to bring everything down one more time. SCV's being pulled to fight the Hellion down the ramp, and that's just not going to be enough. He will kill his own Marines. And these SCVs will die attacking. Auto turret plays. GG. Jjakji takes game number 3 and secures himself a 2-1 advantage. A 2-1 advantage in this game. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Yes, Debbie. Not too bad at all. So, let's see now.